Ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to take a quick peek as to what I believe Zombies Chronicles 2 could actually look like. And what I mean by this is what actual 8 maps could be in a Chronicles 2 pack. Because we know that Chronicles 1 was 8 Zombies maps. Nacht, Verrucht, Shinonuma, Kino der Toten, Ascension, Shangri-La, and Moon, and Origins. So that's 8. And so people are wondering, how could there even be 8 zombie experiences or maps to remaster? And obviously we have some Die Rise remastered gameplay up here for you guys to take a look at. Nothing here is final. Obviously I spawned in with a freaking 500,000 points, so just to make sure that you guys realize that. But obviously Die Rise, Transit, and Buried will be the first 3. These will probably be the main 3 maps I feel like most people will be playing. I believe that there won't be anything like Town Remastered, but there is Town Remastered. So Zella, the guy who's made Die Rise, he's already made Town Remastered. He's already made Bus Depot Remastered, and there's a Farm Remaster also been made. So you don't have to worry about that. So those are already happening. So that's good. Those I don't even count as part of Zombies Chronicles 2, though. I believe it's Transit. So with all those maps, Die Rise doesn't have any sub-maps, but we do plan on potentially adding in maybe the older modes like Grief and such, because I know there's a guy named Jay Bleezy who added that into BO2 Reimagined, so that is also insane. Buried as well, that's happening by Slay and ZM. The only map that will be essentially very different, and that is not a full-on remaster, is Transit. And I don't think anybody's going to be upset about that, because Transit is a bad map. Nobody's really going to be wanting to go back and play Transit in and of itself. If you want to, go play BO2. This is going to be a reimagining of it. It's going to have a little bit of different features, like potentially no fog, no denizens, actually making it an actual map, not just running through the fog and knifing denizens this whole time. Whereas Die Rise, the changes that we have to make aren't necessarily that big. We do want to add things like within the areas of the map that there really isn't too much going on, so you can actually enjoy your experience and have a good time. But that's what it really is for the main 3. Now, going into the next couple maps, this is where it gets interesting, because I believe these maps also have been remade onto the game. Call of the Dead would be our number 4 map to add into Zombies Chronicles 2 Remaster. Call of the Dead has already been made by Cop for That Sean, and so it's incredible to see that his remaster is really just incredible for Call of the Dead. It's so great. It's practically the same thing with a couple extra side Easter eggs, and maybe just changing one little layout by the Quicker Vibe. It's incredible. Go check that out. Nuketown Remastered is literally the exact same map from BO2 Nuketown put onto BO3 Nuketown. So again, I am playing this modded because I don't want to show off any of the unfinished parts of the map, but I do want to show you guys some of the new weapons that we've added on the map. So for example, we are adding the XPR-50 from Black Ops 2 and the MSMC. So you guys are going to be able to get and see all of that gameplay as well, which is incredible. So up to Nuketown, that is 5 maps. Our 6th map, which is currently being remastered, which I did show a little bit of footage of, is actually 5 from Black Ops 1. We saw Classified in BO4. Not too many people were excited about those changes, and so BO15 is going to be fully remastered. And also, a lot of people have been asking me, what is the next big project that you guys are going to be doing? Zella, Dobby, and I. And potentially, there was going to be a Blood of the Dead remaster on the Black Ops 3 Custom Workshop, but unfortunately, it did get taken down, or the guy that was working on it, his memory on the map got corrupted, and he lost like days of work. I could not even imagine. Hearts out for that man, for real. But Zella, Dobby, and I have decided to actually do Mob of the Dead, because there is a Mob of the Dead remastered already on the workshop, but a lot of people don't like it. It was made in 2017. It's had a lot of bugs and stuff, and so I totally understand that, and we want to be able to do that. So if we count that, Transit 1, Die Rise 2, Buried 3, Call the Dead 4, Nuketown 5, 5, 6, and now this is where the 2 extra ones I want to add, I want people to know about. Derice Declassified, I feel like deserves to be one of these spots. This is another version of Derice. However, it's really what the Black Ops 3, the Giant variant, should have been. And it is so amazing. It has one of the best boss fights ever, where you literally fight Samantha Maxis, which is sick. That is so cool. And of course, it's on Darius. You literally teleport into the frozen forest. It adds all this lore into the Dark Ether storyline. And that is why, honestly, I think it deserves to be a part of this map, because Chronicles 1 didn't have Darius because of the Giant. But the Giant is just not that great of a version of Darius. Most people don't really like playing the Giant. I loved it just because I got to play it on the BO3 engine. But if Darius Declassified was the actual version, this version has a whole Easter egg like Black Ops 3. It's not just get the frickin' Annihilator, because that literally doesn't make any sense. And this has like these mini cutscenes in it. It is so well done. So that would be our 7th map. And our 8th and final map that I believe that we all should add. Somebody might be asking, well, why don't you put Leviathan? Why don't you put Nightmare? These are custom maps. They deserve to put that in there. You know, I'm not going to even put Mob the Dead Reimagined in there, because I know a lot of people don't like that. Not even the one that's currently on the workshop, or the one that Zella, Dobby, and I are potentially going to be making after Die Rise. And this version, the plan is, it's gonna be insane, y'all. The plan is we're using Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead in one map, just like how we're making this version of Die Rise. So you can either play the remaster that we're gonna give you, which is the copy and paste BO2 Die Rise, or the reimagining, which adds a bunch of different stuff like PhD and what Die Rise we thought really should have been, which is going to be amazing. And we're going to do the same when we make Mob of the Dead. You're going to either be able to play Mob of the Dead or Blood of the Dead, straight up. And for Blood of the Dead, we will be adding a couple of different fixes to make the map easier to play. So for example, the shields will actually be able to take out zombies much more quickly, and it will just be way more efficient to play it. Like, I love Blood of the Dead when you're able to get through the garbage Easter egg steps fast. And the high rounds is easy. Like, all of that will stay, and none of that will change. But the thing is, the Easter egg and the way that the shield works in Afterlife, we're going to be changing all of that up. And so, again, we're going to want to make sure that everybody is going to be able to be happy with that. But the 8th and final map, I believe, if you guys have saw my last video, if you haven't, go check it out, is Black Ops 3 is getting Outbreak. Ve Victis should be a part of it. Outbreak was a really cool addition to Black Ops Cold War. It wasn't fleshed out, and this is that fleshed out version. Ve Victis should be the 8th final map. And so to recap, the Zombies Chronicles 2, I would love to make a trailer like Ve Victis did as well for their maps, to literally show you guys all of the cool stuff that we have here. I'm telling y'all, it is so cool. The 8 maps will then be Transit, Die Rise, Buried, Call of the Dead, 5, Nuketown, Darius Declassified, and Ve Victis. And this is the greatest thing, because not only would this be Zombies Chronicles 2, it would also be darn free! And the coolest part is half of it is already out right now. So if you have not actually played it, go check it out for real. Here's an also debut of some of the permapricks that we're adding. Obviously, there's the steel barrier barricades right there. So if you guys are excited for the Die Rise gameplay, some early stuff, it is going to be sick. Like, the plan is, honestly, y'all, I have this major plan, even after the Zombies Chronicles 2 releases, that I would love to sort of almost like rewrite BO4 zombies in my own way, and literally make Die Rise have this cool variation of like the wind staff stone, like the 1.0 version, because back in Blood of the Dead, the theory was that with the fire shard, that those were the 1.0 crystals for the staffs, and I literally want to make that a theory that is actually going to happen. So with Die Rise, we're going to probably do like the wind 1.0 stone. With Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead, we might do another shard. And I literally want this to lead up to potentially the Great War Zombies map being made on Custom Zombies. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you guys think about that. It's an absolute bombshell I just dropped on you. But let me know what you guys think. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again. And I'll see ya in that next one, baby.